Howdy everybody, I'm Gary and this is GLoPersonalFinance, where I talk about getting your finances under control, building wealth, and becoming financially independent. If you watch my videos often, or even if this is your first time watching my videos, I am a huge fan of Roth IRA accounts. I would say for 95% of the people out there, a Roth IRA account is one of the best retirement accounts out there, and they should prioritize that first. That sweet, sweet tax-free growth makes it so appealing. It's so appealing, the US government puts a cap on how much you can contribute per year, $6,000. The government obviously doesn't want you hiding all your money away in a Roth because they can't touch any of those sweet, sweet gains. So they put a cap of $6,000 per year and $7,000 if you're over 50. Check up on the rules for Roth IRA contributions. Not everybody is eligible to open a Roth IRA. The money has to come from earned income, and there is an income cap. But I've made some videos on the rules and tax benefits from Roth IRAs that I'll link in the description below. So yeah, y'all know I love the Roth IRA, so I'm always telling folks to open a Roth as fast as possible. However, what I've never done in my previous video is tell you how to open a Roth IRA. So most of my viewers would just head over to Google, type in Roth IRA, and Google will bombard you with 19 million plus results, and you'll get discouraged at the plethora of results and end up not signing up for one. Or worse yet, you listen to your Uncle Fred and use his expert financial advisor. Or if you're a teacher like me, you have these financial advisors roaming around our districts selling us Roth IRAs that have insane fees, and the money is barely growing. So stick around and I'll go through 5 different ways so that we can open a Roth IRA account together. Now, not all Roth IRAs are created the same, and one place might suit your needs more than the other. You obviously need to do your own due diligence when opening a Roth IRA. And I'll be very honest with y'all, when I first started teaching, I seriously had no idea what I was doing in terms of investments. I never knew you could do investing all by yourself. I always thought in order to start investing, you needed a financial advisor. So I asked a few coworkers and asked them who they use. So then I was recommended this pretty cool guy, really personable, really relatable, and all around friendly. So me being extremely new to the investing world, I put all my trust in this guy. So in my naive state, I opened a Roth IRA with this company. With most brokerages out there, I know you gotta pay some fees. So him quoting me the company would charge me 4.25% for all the money going in and 1% expense ratio, the yearly fee for all money held. I thought that was a pretty standard fee. After being his client for around 4 years and paying all these fees and barely seeing my money grow, I decided to really start researching about how to self-manage my own portfolio. I've since dropped my financial advisor and ultimately made it my goal to help other people grow their wealth without the use of a financial advisor. I'm not saying all financial advisors are bad. If you really need a financial advisor, get one that charges an hourly rate and is a fiduciary. Hopefully they won't be selling you anything that they get a commission on, and they're really acting in your best interest. So let's get going on the 5 best brokerages for opening a Roth IRA. Number 1, Vanguard. I personally use Vanguard. Yes, the main comment I get from people going to Vanguard is their website looks like it's straight out of the 90s, but they are by far one of the most reputable companies out there. They are a no-frills type of brokerage. I'm a fairly passive investor, so for me, the money in my Roth IRA is invested in Vanguard ETFs like VTI and VOO. Unlike the 4.25% one-time fee and the 1% expense ratio I was paying with my financial advisor, all I'm paying with VTI and VOO is 0.03%. Yeah, you heard that correctly. 0.03%. So investing $1,000 with my financial advisor would cost me around $45 in fees. And with Vanguard, I'm only paying $3. And the VTI and VOO index funds grew my money way better than any of the funds my financial advisor was selling me. And again, VTI and VOO are my personal investments. You got to do your own research on funds that fit your personal risk level. I have videos on how to choose investments. You can click on the link right here up somewhere in the corner so you can see that video for yourself. And lastly, Vanguard's customer service is top notch. I've never had a problem reaching a person and talking to very knowledgeable customer service reps. Number 2 is Fidelity. And in all honesty, Fidelity has it out for Vanguard. Vanguard has been the leader in low-cost mutual funds and ETFs for a very long time, and Fidelity wants that piece of the pie. This competition is a good thing for you because Fidelity is offering some very similar funds that are even lower fees than Vanguard funds. Heck, Fidelity even offers some zero-cost index mutual funds like FZROX. It's completely free with zero expense ratio. Their user interface is way more intuitive than Vanguard's, but it really shouldn't matter because if you're a passive investor and buying and holding, the trading interface doesn't really matter. The only reason why Fidelity isn't on the top of the list is because they still offer some funds that have pretty high expense ratios, unlike Vanguard's where the majority of their funds are dirt cheap. Like Vanguard, Fidelity has amazing customer service. Since my brokerage is with Vanguard's and my wife's brokerage is with Fidelity, I've used both of their customer services and both are very amazing. Number 3 is Charles Schwab. Chuck Schwab. If you're a bit more of an active investor, Charles Schwab might be right for you. They have a few more tools for the active trader, but if you're a passive investor, you should just be fine in here also. Some additional services include some beginner videos for you to watch to help you navigate their tools. But just like Vanguard and Fidelity, they have the same low-cost index funds for you to invest in. These are my top 3 brokerages. They're established brokerages that have proven themselves as solid companies. For number 4, it's sort of not so much a traditional Roth IRA brokerage. Tying for 4th and 5th place respectively is Betterment and Wealthfront. Both are essentially the same brokerage. The reason why they're not traditional is because they're sort of called robo-advisors. What you do is sign up and open an account on their site, and then you'll take a quiz to assess your risk level and your retirement goals. From that quiz, they will formulate a specific fund for your risk tolerance and your goals. This style of investing is what I call the ultra-passive investor. This is a purely hands-off approach, and Wealthfront and Betterment will always rebalance your portfolio for you as time goes on. At least for me, this is not my style of investing. I've helped a few people take those quizzes, and people tend to underrepresent their own risk level, when in actuality, they could have probably handled a little bit more risk in their portfolio, but to each their own. However, if you want a purely hands-off approach, Betterment or Wealthfront might be the brokerage for you. Their fee is fairly cheap at 0.25% of your total assets, but it's still way cheaper than that financial advisor. You just have a different financial advisor. It's a robo-advisor. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the suggestions that I gave. I did leave off brokerages like E-Trade and TD Ameritrade and webull. I felt those are geared more towards active traders in general. And for me, I don't really do active trading in my Roth accounts. I do more of my trading in my regular taxable brokerage accounts. Hit me up by smashing that like and subscribe button. I hope you open your Roth IRA soon. It's one of the most amazing tax advantage accounts out there. Y'all stay safe out there, and I'll see y'all next time.